So this is the program which is an example of explicit cursor. So here you can see what I did here. The first one is I created a table that is called customers, which contains actually three fields are there: ID, name and salary. And I set the ID as my primary key. Then I inserted two rows to this table, the original table, and you can see what are the contents of my table. My table consists of only two rows are there. This is my actual table customers. This is the first row, this is the second row. So now I am going to execute this program. Here inside the declare section, I am declaring two variables, and my aim is that I am declaring a cursor from the table customers. I am giving the name of the cursor as C customers, that is the cursor customers, and let the the cursor contains only two fields from the table, that is the ID and the salary. That means in my cursor I am going to take only the ID and the salary field from this original table. So I am declaring two variables. First variable in order to retrieve the salary of the customer. The second variable to store the ID of the customer. So I am declaring like this. You can be in any order. So here I just declared C salary, that is the inside the cursor. I am declaring not inside the cursor, I am declaring a variable called C salary whose type is same as the salary type in customers table. Customers.salary percentage type means whatever may be the type of the salary field in the customers table, the same type variable I am declaring here. And this is also the same case, that is CID, that's a variable name. Which is of the type customers.id percentage type. That means that whatever may be the type of the ID field in the customers table, I am declaring a variable with the same field, that is the same type. So these two are the variable names. C salary is a variable name, CID is the variable name. The type is declared like this. That means the salary, the field, the salary field of the customers table, which is whatever may be the type. This variable is of that type. Whatever may be the type of the ID in customers table, this variable is of that type. And after that I am declaring an explicit cursor, and you know what is the statement: cursor name. Cursor name is C customers. After that is then whatever may be the select statement. That means here I am just selecting two fields from my original table called customers table. So from this table only the first and the third field will be taken to the cursor. And after that I am beginning the cursor. So a cursor will be automatically generated because I use this statement which will create the space for the cursor, and from the into that cursor the corresponding fields, that is the ID and the salary field, will be copied to the cursor, and from that particular area each row by row I am taking the values and I am storing inside these two variables. So first of all, open customers, that is the begin statement. Inside the begin statement I will write the open C customers, that is the the cursor is open, and after that it is working as a loop. So I will fetch the first row from my cursor, and that values are stored into these two variables. The first one is CID and the second one is C salary. So now the CID contains the ID of the first row in the original table. C salary contains the salary of the first row in the original table. And I am writing the condition. Suppose that if C customers percentage not found, that means when you reach the last line of that, is if you cannot find any row that satisfies the condition, then you have to exit. Then DBMS, here I am printing, this is for giving the space, I am printing the CID and the C salary. Then end loop. So this will be executed until the last line of the cursor you reach. And after that we have to close explicitly, since it is a explicit cursor, we have to close the cursor. So if I am running the statement, we can see what happens. I am running this program. So you can see a row, that is we are only taking two values from the table ID and salary. Since the table contains only two rows, the condition, that is the cursor, also takes the two rows. So only these two outputs, actually these values are printed from the cursor, that is the explicit cursor which we have created. So it is a running program.